August 12th, 2024. It started like any other day until it didn't. Around 9 p.m., Lone Peak police and firefighters were dispatched to a home on West Stevens Lane in Highland, Utah. The call came from Casey Terry's uncle, who had just made a horrifying discovery. Casey was in her bedroom, unresponsive, barely breathing, and she wasn't alone. Sitting in the room with her was none other than Megan Sundwall. The uncle asked Megan how long Casey had been like that, and her answer, quote, "a couple of hours." Just sitting there with someone barely breathing for hours. In his 911 call, Casey's uncle told dispatchers that she had major health issues and that the way that she was breathing made it, quote, sound like she's drowning. And when paramedics arrived, they jumped into action, immediately trying to stabilize Casey's breathing. She was rushed to Mount Point Hospital in Lehi. But here's where things get even more disturbing. Megan told the uncle that Casey had a do not resuscitate order and that she did not want to go to the hospital, which, okay, might have made sense if it were true, but it wasn't. Hospital staff told police that there was no DNR order on file, and Megan, she didn't have power of attorney. She had zero legal authority to make those calls. Paramedics would find a diabetic needle at the scene, a huge red flag because Casey was not diabetic, but her blood sugar level when she arrived at the hospital, 14. Just to put that into perspective, anything under 40 is considered life-threatening. Doctors say Casey's level was so low, it could only have been caused by insulin administered from outside the body. And again, she didn't have a prescription for insulin. This wasn't a mix-up. This was deliberate. As Casey slipped into a coma in the ICU, her sister tried to help make sense of it all, telling doctors that Casey had been battling leukemia for years. Sadly, Casey would never wake up from that coma. On August 15th, just 3 days after that 911 call, she was declared brain dead, and she passed away. The Office of the Medical Examiner later confirmed the official cause of death, an overdose of promethazine, probable exogenous insulin, which means it came from outside her body, and other drugs. There was no medical mystery here. Casey didn't just collapse, her body was shut down. Investigators brought in a forensic pathologist who explained that there's simply no natural way for a person's blood sugar to crash that low unless insulin was intentionally administered.